Mr. Trouble never hangs around when he hears this mighty sound.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. Yes, sir, when there is a wrong to right, Mighty Mouse will join the fight. On the sea or on the land, he gets the situation well in hand.
So though we are in danger, we never despair, 'cause we know that where there's danger, he is there.
He is there on the land, on the sea, in the air.
We're not worrying at all. We're just listening for his call.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. We're not worrying at all. We're just listening for his call.
Here I come to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way.
So we've only got £500 to go on our GoFundMe. Come on, help us. We've literally got a couple of weeks now to book our flights. So what can you do to help us out today? Here's a few little things that you could do. Check out the perks over on the webpage. It's gofundme.com/HumbleNYC. You could also retweet and share the GoFundMe page to people literally on Twitter and Facebook. That would be huge, just to be able to get the message out there. And then finally, you can add your Twitter, Facebook and Tumblr to this for free, so there's no money involved. Just use your status updates on Twitter, Facebook and Tumblr. In about 2 weeks time, we're going to do a final one on a one-day push on Blab, and also all at the same time we're trying to get 250 people to sign up using their Twitter, Facebook and Tumblr account. Go to smarturl.it/humbleclap. Add your social accounts there. Thanks, guys. We're really close. We can make this. Come on, last £500.
11ish.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Megan. Megan's in with me in the chat today. Megan Haste on blab.im/Megan Haste, HASTE, and also on Twitter as well. Megan also mentioned that the graphic that I just played doesn't fit. It absolutely doesn't fit. It's 16:9 and it works on the local copy that I put up onto YouTube. I've not really found a way to shrink things down into 4:3 perspective instead of 16:9. It just means twice as much work, and actually with all the words and the graphic and everything that I wanted to do, I'd have to make a new version. And maybe I could use something with Canva, but then it'd be a static picture rather than animated. It's just time. It's just a time thing, really. Lots to get through today. I have got a ton of stuff to get through today. Just noticed that now when you share with Blab for the Tell a Little Bird, I'm not really sure about this Tell Your Aunt button for Facebook. Like, not everybody's your auntie on Facebook. I get where they're differentiating the different generations, but it's a little bit not sexist, but like it feels a bit weird to just like tell your aunt. But now if you do Tell a Little Bird on Twitter, what will happen is it'll come up with a requester box, but it'll also circle around a little bit and grab whatever's happening in the live stream, as in the Blab chat, and it will add an animated GIF to your tweet, which I think is kind of cool, because obviously a lot of people are looking at images and GIFs on tweets. It kind of raises the profile of the tweet. You can see it more obvious. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if it's the most important thing ever to be seen. Hello, additional people who came in. Lucas, how you doing? Ageist. Yeah, it's just a little bit weird. I think, like, Tell a Little Bird is fine, like, on Twitter, but Tell Your Aunt, it's like, I've got all the people apart from my auntie on Facebook. I know they're trying to say about the generational thing, but it's just a little bit weird if you ask me. Megan just asked me about the Tell Your Aunt Facebook share link. Right, so I've got to get through some stuff today. So I like that little animated GIF for Twitter. I think that's kind of cool. I'm not sure if it's the most important thing that Blab should be working on, but like it definitely helps with promotion. So yesterday I started back at work, my temporary job, because I'd scheduled this in that I would be working from November to the end of November to bring in some additional cash so that I've got like spending money, just a reserve of money to be able to pay for things, to be able to go away on this volunteer thing and then come back and not feel like I'm absolutely broke, just got money like that for Christmas and paying for rent and caravan bits and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not doing mega hours this week. I'm doing I did 4 hours yesterday, which was really cool, and then on Thursday I've got another 5 hours, and then on Monday I've got 6. So she's ramped it up really nicely. They're really, really good at that place, like 4, 5, 6 hours. So gradually like ease myself into it and just make sure that my wrist was all right. And actually I was a little worried yesterday at about 2 or 3 hours in, because it was starting to ache a little bit, but I think that's just because I was using it more. And then when I woke up this morning, I was panicking a little bit that it was going to be really painful that I couldn't use it for doing my Udemy and my typing and stuff, but it's fine. It's really fine. So back in on Thursday from 10 till 3, I think, and then next Monday. So I've got today and tomorrow and Friday to get my Udemy paid course all sorted. So I've literally got 24, 30 hours available to do that, and I think I can nail it in that time. Well, I have to nail it in that time. There's no ifs or buts. So the work's going really well. It's good to be back. Yesterday was really good to be able to, I don't know, just get out of the van and just get away from it all, get back into work, being like public, general public, have my Subway food, have my Subway coffee, you know, just like change of pace, and sometimes manual labour, being on my feet, exercise. It was just good. Yesterday's day seemed longer because of it. I came back, did a virtual meeting on a peer in with a client, potential client. And then, yeah, the day seemed to slow down from like 8 o'clock till midnight. It really felt like those 4 hours seemed to be like 8 hours. So sometimes doing more than you want is better therapy for your head than doing nothing in a longer period of time, if you know what I mean. So what else? I need to talk about Udemy. Very intense paid course from 12 o'clock till probably 10 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be bang, 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 bang. I'm doing a lot of stuff in Keynote this time, make it a bit more professional. I've been trying to use ScreenFlow, but the green screening in ScreenFlow 4 is nowhere near as good as Wirecast. But the problem is Wirecast creates bigger files, so there's another step in terms of I have to compress files down, which is frustrating as hell, but, you know, there you go. What's going on? Aegis, I use Facebook more than Twitter, but then I'm really 40, right? Yeah, you're totally 40. Megan just posted something in the comments. Right, what else? So the paid course work. Dale from Team Humble has been making some graphics overnight. She did some in Canva, and I've started to schedule those out for the next 10 days, 10, 15. No, she's done 10, so I've done the next 10 days. One per day about raising money with Team Humble and pointing people in the general direction of the donation page, because we're literally like 500 quid away. I mean, if you'd have told me like a month ago that we would have done this, I would have been a bit skeptical about it, but now it's kind of in the last stages. I think we can raise that. That's basically our Airbnb money in terms of getting the Airbnb all sorted out. We've got a bit towards the Airbnb already, and I really want to book the flights this week, but I'm still umming and ahhing, and I know that Dale's gone and looked at 3 places now instead of just the one, because I was really worried that we'd not get the place that we wanted and get all our hopes set that we'd get this particular place and then we wouldn't lose it. We'd lose it. So we're talking to 3 Airbnbs. We've messaged them all. So whichever feels the right one and has the right things, then we'll jump at that. What else? So yeah, I've been scheduling those things in Twitter. I'm also setting up multiple Twitter accounts for Blab, because instead of just using this one shot, I really want to see what kind of innovative things I can do with 4 accounts all at the same time. Recorded file that I can use, save it locally. Obviously you're only going to see, that's a good point actually, you're only going to ever see this window recorded locally, because all the other windows are going to be managed by something else. So I'd have to maybe grab the copy from YouTube and use that one, but only when I've got super high quality. At the minute I'm running on 4G cellular, so maybe when I get back onto gigabit I'll do that. We'll see. But I'm setting that up and playing with that today at some point. £25 customs release. What a pain in the backside, right? I had a letter from the post office that one of my Kickstarter gigs that I backed, they've shipped, but they want 24 quid for the customs payment. I don't have 24 quid for the customs payment, so I can't get the thing. So I've got 21 calendar days before it goes back to the people who are sending it. So I'm a bit gutted about that. I'm glad I started back at work, because next week I'm going to go and get this thing out. So that's a bit frustrating. What else came through? This also came through, which is very cool. I'm going to this on the 11th and 12th of November, and all being well, I'm going to go to the NEC, which, if you've ever been to the Birmingham NEC, is absolutely a hole, and I just don't like it at all in there. It's got a real bad vibe and energy in there, but the events are normally pretty good. The reason why I'm going to this is for the Beehive Farm, really. It's Europe's largest event for expanding your own holiday park and resort. So Beehive are looking at different things, different features that you can have, but there's a bunch of holiday homes. There's like mountain climbing and various like paragliding stuff. But the thing I'm most interested in is seeing these. I mean, check that out. I mean that is, I mean, you can't really see it, but that is the coolest little house I've seen. So there's loads of like little huts and you know, little displays. There's like a roller skating area. It's showcasing innovation. Boutiquemodern.co.uk. Design, build and install low impact, high performing volumetric buildings, patch of visual punch. Fishing lodges, holiday cabins, park hotels. There's a tree house, Mr. Treehouse.co.uk, safely putting people in the tree house as their dream since 1997. So like I'm super excited about that. That's on the 11th and 12th, and I'm not sure what I'm working yet because the schedules are kind of done a week in advance, but I've not looked at the I'll find out on Thursday what the schedule is for the following week. But I'm really excited for this because all these people that are here, I'm going to give them all like a Udemy voucher to my course for campgrounds and things like that. Also, what I really liked is they've got a networking with rural entrepreneurs, which will fit me down to the ground. Renowned for providing unparalleled network opportunities to holiday park and estate owners. And so there's like EE are there talking about their 4G service, and so that'll be interesting for me to do an interview with them because I'm quite interested about getting the whole site 4G capable, so that people who come up here, they get a really good connection. If they've got a really good connection, they can take part in the stuff that we're planning to roll out, so the geocaching and everything else. So really excited about this because there's a bunch of people in there. There's like a whole bunch of different events on. There's loads of speakers on, and I'm gonna have to like be a brand advocate for the day and get round some of these. I'm gonna want to go to this one. Is Guest Wi-Fi working for you? John Branson from EE. I'd love to have a debate with him, a chat with him about Udemy and brand advocates for caravan and camping clubs. But I'll be giving out vouchers, so I've got a hell of a lot of work on my plate to get this paid course and that sort of free paid course up. It's going to be a paid course, the caravan part, but I'll give them a voucher so they can get it for free, just so they can get some huge value from it. So that's kind of cool. Megan's saying I get paid Thursday. We'll sort you out to get it this week. Yeah, but I already owe you 30 quid, Megan. So like, I'm not asking for money off you this week. I'm just gonna get it sorted when I can get it sorted. So that's kind of cool. Bringing connectivity to tourism in the UK. I think the Beehive site could be huge for the tourism stuff. Like huge. What are we coming up to? 30 minutes. Oh, I've got to rattle off. We've got so much more to do. 2 more things. So Buffer.com. I'm finally back on Buffer.com, and Buffer.com is what I use to auto post stuff. I used to use Postcron, but Postcron wouldn't take the payment, so gone to back to Buffer. Buffer's working all right. I tried to set up Buffer for Teams, but you need to have an email address. All the team needs to have the same email address, so I need to get teamhumble.org email addresses for everybody sorted, and then change my email address on my Buffer account to fill out teamhumble.org, get everybody else on there. And what's cool about Buffer for Teams is that I can give access to other people to submit tweets to me and say, Phil, can we use your Twitter account to promote this? So it's kind of a way of, as a group, like promoting each other's stuff on each other's Twitter accounts, but you don't just get automatic access to it. You have to say, yes, I'm okay with that, and yes, I'm okay with that. But it just amplifies the messaging in terms of us as a group using all of our social capital, all of these different networks in one place. So I kind of like that. Also, by us changing to email addresses as teamhumble.org, it will allow us to use user groups better in Slack, because Slack has this really cool feature where you can automatically add people in to a certain set of channels based on their email address. So if we get teamhumble.org all working, if somebody signs up, we can do a sign up page on Typeform, get all their details, assign them an email address like brian@teamhumble.org. They pay us like a subscription, yearly subscription, maybe £50 or $50, and they become part of Team Humble. That money goes into sustaining Team Humble. Hang on a minute, just let me boot this egg, because I don't do eggs, sorry. That will go towards sustaining Team Humble and go back into paying the Slack costs, because we have Slack costs. It costs us about 26 quid a month at the moment for 13 people, but they're all admins because they're kind of the top group of people. But yeah, so that's kind of another job, another bit of work I've got to do. And also I've got to do, somebody's saying about scrambled eggs and being stubborn. I definitely love scrambled eggs, and yes, I am stubborn. Weirdly, I'm having eggs and avocado this morning on toast. I'm so excited about having that, actually. Right, what else? We are up to 16 minutes. I've got like 2 other things to go. So the next one is CRB check. Oh my god, there's so much bits and pieces to get together for this. I need to get all my statements together. I need to get my passport sorted out. Well, I've got passport. I need to get my driving license changed. Some bits on the driving license I realise are wrong. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I need to get sorted for the CRB check. Had a good discussion about that project. It looks like it's definitely going ahead. We still need to talk about, you know, the CRB check really needs to come through before we start the project, because I can't work with fixers until I've got it. Also, finally today, I really want to end on this, because I think it's really, really important to be sharing, because the media is not talking about it, and it's kind of really bloody scary. So I don't know if people know this, but like Indonesia is like on fire. Like, just to read some of the highlights of this: a great tract of earth is on fire, and threatened species are being driven out of their habitats as a crime against humanity and nature. But like, you've got to read, you know, we have fires all over the place, but this is kind of what an eco-apocalypse looks like. It looks like you might imagine hell to be. The air turned acrid. Visibility in cities has reduced to 30 meters. Children are being prepared for evacuation in warships. Already some have choked to death. Species are going up at a smoke at untold rates. Almost certainly the greatest environmental disaster of the 21st century so far. Just to give you an idea of scale of this, it's currently producing more carbon dioxide than the US economy, right? In 3 weeks, the fires have released more CO2 than the annual emissions of Germany. In 3 weeks. Like, the press, the media are not talking about it. You know, it's insane that these things are, and if the media is not talking about it, the government won't talk about it or won't deal with it. So it needs to get more exposure. And I know it's the Guardian, but like, you know, some of this stuff, catastrophe cannot be measured only in parts per million. The fires are destroying treasures as precious and irreplaceable as the archaeological remains being leveled by ISIS. Orangutans, clouded leopards, sun bears, gibbons, the Sumatra rhinoceros, Sumatran tiger. These are amongst the threatened species being driven from Florida, ranged by flames, but there are thousands, perhaps millions more. I mean, like, what are we doing to our planet? Like, it just freaks me the fuck out. Is that, like, there's just all these pockets of things, like, slowly having massive impact on each other all around the world, and at some point, like, it's going to start impacting your things that go on. I mean, like, fear is you know, you shouldn't be driven by fear, but I do worry about how we live, extend life on this planet when we treat it and consume it the way we do. And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm just as bad a person as that, but I think there's so much more as people that we can do if we're just given the right tools, the right education, the right direction, being in the right place at the right time, suggesting things at the right place at the right time, being mouthpieces for this, amplifying certain things that need talking about. So please go and have a read at that. I put the link in the chat, but it's I'll also put it on the YouTube video. That's it for today. I hope you have a good day today. It is Tuesday. Try and get all your work done before the end of the week, and I will catch up with you tomorrow, probably on time tomorrow, a bit late today because I've been working on stuff this morning. So I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye bye.